I used to just use like toner face wash, and the normal foundations that you get from the shops, foundation blushes, and eyebrow fillers as well.
I use Bare Minerals.
Yeah, you use a lot of natural products.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do when I have a little bit of money. Each month, like it's different how much money I have, but
So you guys are sisters, right?
yeah, we are. So sometimes I use natural products also because we are from Denmark. So some brands are really good at making cheap products that we can use with not a lot of bad chemicals in them. But sometimes I use products like L'Oreal, Rimmel, all of the stuff which I know there are bad chemicals in them, and also I'm not really fond of that or happy about that, but they also use a lot of animals to test their products.
Yeah, that's not
I'm not for that, but I'm a student and I don't have a lot of money, so that sucks, but
So I guess
that's
it
how
says
the way
that
it works. Yeah.
even though that we're sisters, we have a lot like a different habits. So yeah, especially women, because of like giving birth and like giving something like to another child or like another person. So I think that's maybe gonna affect like on a long term at least.
And stuff. Just doing some research on YouTube.
You make your own products.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And do you find everyday products in the shops affordable or not affordable?
They're more so now than they were before, but that's only because of the chemicals that are in there.
Yeah.
So the reason, obviously, it's more accessible because of the type of chemicals that are in there. So I tend to stay away from that stuff.
Yeah.
Again, do more research on what I want my skin to look like and to be. So it's a lot of, as I said, YouTube researching.
So do you make your own products because it's not affordable or because of your ethical?
I make my own products because of the ethical reason behind it, and also because I don't want any unusual chemicals going into my body. Because a lot of cancer cells in my body are triggered off by certain things chemically. So I've made a conscious decision. I'm going to stay away from certain products so that I know that my health will be a lot better than most people.
Particles of plastic, and in the long run it builds up when it gets thrown away and ends up in the sea. So it causes it to build up, and then doesn't it cause some kind of foamy kind of thing on the sea that the fishes and animals in the sea eat, and then
I remember seeing something in regards to like plastic bags, like a lot of animals mistaken for like jellyfishes and tend to consume them as well. So
I do. I try to make a conscious effort. Makeup wise, I use Bare Minerals, which are environmentally friendly and not tested on animals.
Brilliant, great. And would you use everything that is generally environmentally friendly, or do you kind of have to compromise?
No, I try to.
Most things that
Yes,
are-
I believe in looking after our planet for the next generation. I love animals, so I don't like testing on animals. Equally, there was a thing in the news recently about some sparkly minerals, or kind of the exfoliants, in some of the facial scrubs, which are bad for the sea. So I try to steer clear away all from that.
I tend to use natural products, or just the general things that are on the market?
The general things that are on the market, yeah.
And what do you think about natural products and organic products? Do you...
I know the Body Shop sells them, and a few places do. I know they're chemical free, but they're also quite expensive as well.
And what do you think about the chemicals that are in the products?
I've never really thought about it too much, to be honest, but people do say it's not good for your skin and that naturally it's better. I'm not really too sure, to be honest, if that's true or not. But
have you ever used natural products or organic things?
I actually haven't. So bad.
Would you consider using it if it was?
If it was good and made my skin look as good as the other foundations did and other products did, then I wouldn't mind.
Have you ever made your own natural products?
No. Just be a disaster. No.
And what do you think are the environmental impact of using these chemicals in the products that you use, for example?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I've never ever even thought on that level, so I wouldn't even know how it impacts the environment.
In terms of organic products, what kind of things do you think are organic? What is organic to you?
Chemical-free, natural, more like, I think organic is sort of like herbal for me.
Well, I hardly use anything, but if I use one, I make sure that it's not tested on humans or animals. My daughter likes a lot of organic beauty products from Korea. We don't use. I know that it's harmful to animals. Some of the skin, that you rub on your face with granules. I know that it's not really good for the environment, those ones, so we try and avoid those types of beauty products.
I think it's important as a community, as a nation, as whoever you are, to go back to the old-fashioned ways to how things were produced. I think we're so set in our ways in regards to letting industry tell us what to use now, that we're not researching ourselves what is better for our skin.
Ding 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 ding.